Ever seen someone driving a fancy car or living in a huge house and thought, wow, they must be rich? Well, today we're going to shatter that illusion. What if I told you that looking wealthy and actually being wealthy are two completely different things? Many people who look rich are drowning in debt, while the truly wealthy often look surprisingly normal. This is the difference between understanding assets and liabilities. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the blueprint to not just look wealthy, but to actually build real, lasting wealth. Let's get straight to the point. What's an asset and what's a liability? It's simpler than you think. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. Think of it as your own personal gold mine, constantly generating cash for you. This could be a rental property that pays you every month, stocks that give you dividends, or a business that brings in profits. It's your financial offense, your money-making team. On the flip side, a liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. These are the financial black holes, the sinking ships that drain your resources, your fancy car payment, your credit card debt, that new phone you're paying off monthly. Those are liabilities. The core rule is simple. If it costs you money to own it, it's a liability. If it makes you money, it's an asset. The wealthy focus on acquiring assets. Everyone else, they get stuck collecting liabilities. Now, let's talk about the biggest trap most people fall into. The house and car myth. We retaught from a young age that the pinnacle of success is owning a big house and a nice car. But are they really? Assets. Let's break it down. Your primary residence, the house you live in, takes money out of your pocket every single month. You have the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs. The list goes on. It doesn't generate income. It's a giant, expensive liability disguised as the American dream. The same goes for your car. The moment you drive it off the lot, it loses value. Add in car payments, insurance, gas, and repairs, and you've got a money-draining machine. Now, could a house be an asset? Absolutely. If you rent it out and the rental income is more than all your expenses, then congratulations, you've turned a liability into an income-producing asset. But the house you live in, it's your home, your sanctuary. But it's not an asset in the wealth-building sense. The key is to know the difference and not fool yourself into thinking your biggest expenses are your greatest investments. So if piling up personal debt is a trap, how do billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos seem to use debt to get even richer? This is where we separate the amateurs from the masters. The wealthy use debt differently. They don't use it for fancy cars or bigger houses. They use it as a tool, a lever, to acquire more income-producing assets. It's called good debt. Here's how it works. A corporation or a savvy investor will borrow money at a low interest rate, let's say 3%. They then use that borrowed money to invest in something that generates a higher return, say 10%. They might buy a business, invest in real estate, or expand their operations. The difference, that 7% spread, is pure profit created out of thin air, using someone else's money. They're using debt to buy assets that pay for the debt and then some. This is the ultimate financial power move. While most people are using debt to buy liabilities that make them poorer, the rich are using debt to buy assets that make them richer. It's a complete mindset shift from being a consumer of debt to being a commander of it. Okay, so how do you start building your own asset column? We call this the obsidian portfolio because it's strong, resilient, and built to last. You don't need to be a billionaire to start. You just need to be strategic. Your goal is to systematically acquire assets that generate passive income. This is income you earn without actively working for it. Start small. It could be dividend-paying stocks or ETF. Every few months, you get a small deposit in your account. It might only be a few dollars at first, but you reinvest it. You buy more shares, which then pay you more dividends. This is the power of compounding. Another great starting point is high-yield savings accounts or low-risk bonds. They won't make you rich overnight, but they are safe places to park your cash and earn more than a standard savings account. As your capital grows, you can move into other assets. Maybe you partner with friends to buy a rental property, or you invest in a small online business that generates monthly revenue. The key is to start creating streams of income that are independent of your job. Each dollar your assets earn is a dollar you don't have to work for. This is your personal money-making machine, and your job is to keep feeding it and upgrading it. So what's the end game here? It's about escaping the rat race. The rat race is that endless cycle of working for a paycheck, paying your bills, and having nothing left over, forcing you to go back to work again. You're running on a hamster wheel, working for money. The goal is to make your money work for you. You escape the rat race the moment your passive income from your assets is greater than your monthly expenses. Imagine that the income from your investments, your stocks, your real estate, your business easy enough to cover your mortgage, your food, your lifestyle. At that point, your job becomes optional. You are no longer trading your time for money. You have achieved true financial freedom. You can choose to work because you love it, not because you have to. You can travel, pursue a passion, or to spend more time with your family. This isn't a pipe dream. This is the direct result of a simple, powerful strategy. Consistently buy assets and minimize liabilities. It starts today. Look at your finances. What is an asset? What is a liability? Make your next financial move one that buys you a little piece of freedom. Thanks for watching. If this video shifted your perspective on wealth, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. It helps you build a life of freedom. Let me know in the comments what asset you're going to focus on buying first. See you next time.